In the previous episode, Arizona State went on a 3-game winning streak, capping it off with a ranked win against Kansas State. They are in prime position to make the Big 12 championship, as they just have to win the last 2 games to be in. But they would have to face their toughest opponent yet, BYU. After the Kansas State game, this team was proving everybody wrong after their doubts, and we were pretty fired up as you would expect.
Okay guys, I might have sounded cool and calm in the start, but I'm not. It's personal, boy! Like Desmond Arnold, I thought he was cool on game day, you know? Ain't no way he said that, bro. Like, so it's personal, Desmond. It's personal. ASU, we're making the Big 12 championship. I don't care what you say. Pack Mountain America Stadium. If you're watching this, go buy the tickets. Just go buy tickets. If they're nosebleeds, I don't care. We want the stadium to be packed with gold, not blue. Let's go. It's homecoming. Just pack the stadium out. If you are watching this, literally go look up tickets.
There is currently a 4-team race for the Big 12 championship between ASU, Colorado, Iowa State, and BYU, with Colorado only having 1 conference loss and the rest having 2. However, due to tiebreakers, if BYU, ASU, or Colorado win out, they're in the Big 12 championship. And one of these teams would be out of the running after next week, as ASU and BYU played each other. The winner would be in the driver's seat to play in the title game, as both teams don't play very great teams next week. And the loser would be eliminated from conference title contention entirely. Hosted in Mountain America Stadium, this was the biggest game in Tempe since 2003. And with the Valley activated, we were ready for this game to start.
BYU started with the ball, and they got into midfield before they were stopped on 3rd and long, went for it on 4th down, and couldn't convert. And on offense, Cam Scatterby would not be stopped by this BYU defense, as he got the ball for the majority of the drive and got the offense to the 5-yard line before he would muscle it in for 6. And whenever BYU got the ball back, this happened.
Slough from the pocket pass is tipped and intercepted. At the 35-yard line, it's picked off by Crook.
It was tipped up and intercepted by Arizona State linebacker Jordan Crook, and ASU would have great field position to start their next drive. But the exact same thing happened to ASU, as Levitt's pass was tipped up and intercepted. But the defense comes up big and forced BYU to punt. And on offense, this happened.
Just his 5th pass attempt of the game, and it's caught for a first down by Tyson. And he's still going. Tyson breaking a tackle. Finally dragged down at the 29-yard line.
Jordan Tyson would have a huge catch and run for 54 yards to get Arizona State near the red zone. And they would keep getting first down after first down before Scatterby would punch it in for his 2nd touchdown of the day. And up 14-0, Kenny Dillingham and his coordinators called the most aggressive play call of the season.
Arizona State, as they try an onside kick, and it hit a BYU player, and it looks like it's recovered by the Devils. It hit all 3 of BYU, and Arizona State comes up with the ball.
It was an onside kick, and the BYU return team was not ready for it, as ASU recovers it and they get the ball back. And with good field position and a first down, they get just outside the red zone, hand it to Scatterby, and
Scatterby, again a broken tackle, and he can walk in, touchdown! 3rd of the first half for Cam Scatterby.
Scatterby gets loose, and he has nobody within 20 yards of him as he runs it in for a touchdown and celebrates by giving a fan an autograph. However, BYU's offense would get their first good offensive drive the whole game, as they would go downfield and settle for a field goal to put points on the board before the end of the half. But this was a phenomenal showing from Arizona State, as they're up 21-3 against BYU in the biggest game in 20 years. And all they would need to do is just hold on, and they would just be one game away from the coveted Big 12 championship.
ASU would start with the ball in the second half, and Scadaboo would continue to show out as he got the team downfield, and Levitt finds an open Stovall to get within 10 yards of the end zone. But they failed to convert on first, second, third, and fourth down, turning the ball over on downs and giving the ball to BYU. And BYU would go downfield slowly but surely, and their drive would end in a receiver scoring a touchdown on a jet sweep. And they would go for two, but were stuffed at the line by the Arizona State pass rush. On offense, just 2 plays after this happened.
Play fake, Levitt setting up, got a receiver, wide open downfield. It's caught by Guillory. What a bounce back by Arizona State. Touchdown, Devils.
Xavier Guillory gets wide open and he scores an easy touchdown, making the score 28-9. BYU would have a quick 4-play drive on offense, getting huge gains on those plays and ending in a touchdown due to a catch over the shoulder, and they would get the 2-point conversion. And Arizona State couldn't get a good drive together on offense and had to punt. And on offense, BYU would get to work once again, getting huge gains and getting another jet sweep touchdown. After a 21-0 lead late in the second quarter, BYU came back all this way to make it 28-23 within 9 minutes left in the game. And if ASU doesn't get it together soon, this could be a horrible collapse for this team. And just when things were looking dire for this team, Jordan Tyson makes an amazing catch to extend the drive, and Cam Scadaboo, Sam Levitt, and Kyson Brown would all run the ball and would chew up a ton of time on the clock. And on 3rd and 1, on BYU's 11-yard line, they handed off to Scadaboo, but he is stopped for no gain. And that brought up a huge decision for ASU. Kick a field goal and make it an 8-point game, allowing BYU to still have a chance to tie or go for it, in hopes of scoring a touchdown to win the game. The aggressive Kenny Dillingham elects to go for it.
And Levitt keeping it, trying to get the edge, stiff arming, dragged down, he did not get it, taken down by Glasker, and Arizona State turns it over on downs. Wrong way.
Levitt on a design run is stopped for no gain, giving BYU the ball with just over 2 minutes left with a chance for a game-winning drive. But if this defense could get one more stop, ASU would win this game. But BYU's offense picks up right where they left off and got to midfield. BYU quarterback Jake Retzloff would throw to a wide open receiver, but it was overthrown. ASU catches a break on what would have been a touchdown if the ball was placed just a tad bit better. And on the very next play,
4-man rush this time. Retzloff pass. Oh, picked off at the 40-yard line. Robinson, he might take it back. Being chased by Retzloff. And finally tackled at the 10. What a huge play. Robinson saves the day. Maybe saves the season for Arizona State.
Retzloff's pass was intercepted by Javon Robinson. A season-saving interception just before the end of the game. And instead of kneeling, Levitt scrambles back, taking time off the clock before going down. And on 4th down with 6 seconds left, he heaved it up into the crowd, taking up those 6 seconds, and ASU would win this game, and we would rush the field. ASU fans were hyped that they got this huge win over BYU. However, the game wasn't actually over. They reviewed the final play to see if the clock actually hit 0 before the ball hit the ground. And with a 1/10 of a second left, the ball hit the bleachers, giving BYU one final play for a Hail Mary, a chance to come back from 21-0 and embarrass this crowd while they're watching from on the field. And ASU has one play to stop them for the win.
Steps up, moving to his right, hoists it deep. And it's underthrown, and it was caught but short of the goal line. It was caught by Chase Roberts, but it doesn't matter. The game is over, and now they can celebrate. Arizona State with the win.
It was caught by a BYU receiver but short of the end zone, as ASU would win this game, and we could rush the field for a second time.
ASU would win the toughest game of the regular season against BYU, but they were not in the Big 12 championship yet. They still had to get past one more team, this one being their rival, the Arizona Wildcats. They haven't had the greatest season, underperforming from their high expectations, but that doesn't mean that they don't have talent. They have an excellent quarterback in Noah Fafita, and a receiver that would end up going in the top 10 of the NFL draft, Teteroa McMillan. This would still be a battle, as Arizona State just needs to get this win against their rival to advance to the Big 12 championship, and Arizona would love to spoil this season for ASU and cost them a trip to Dallas for the conference title. But ASU would not allow that to happen.
And walk in for a touchdown in this game for these teams, and there he is. That is Tyson across the middle. He's got a huge gain. Down the sideline he goes. Tyson is inside the 10. Rugged runner, Scadaboo will keep it, and he will surge, and he'll drive in. Scadaboo, what patience. He squeezes through. He slides by. Scadaboo is free once again, and he wants to get into a body, and it's Genesis Smith, gain of 34. Scholarship offer out of high school. Sacramento State. Tyson. Here he goes. Another Sun Devil touchdown. Scadaboo. Goodness gracious. A ramrod into the end zone. Smart. Levitt, little pump, and a go. Down the sideline. Oh my gracious. Jordan Tyson, come on. Levitt steps out of a tackle. He'll throw on the go. That's a touchdown. It's Mateer back in the game.
Arizona State would have a dominant first half, going up 35-0 against their rival, and up 35-7 in the third quarter. And in the last drive where the offense would have their starters in, Jordan Tyson would go down with an injury. And this would be a pretty serious injury, hurting his collarbone, and he would be out for the rest of the season. A very unfortunate loss for this team. But despite this, ASU would continue their momentum to win this game 49-7, clinching a spot in the coveted Big 12 championship.
ASU did it. After 2 3-9 seasons, a loss to Texas Tech, and a gut punch against Cincinnati, they would win the hardest stretch of their games to make the Big 12 championship. And they would be fighting for more. They would play the Iowa State Cyclones with not only a conference title on the line, but a spot in the first ever 12-team college football playoff on the line also. And this team that has been doubted the entire season has a chance to prove everybody wrong and play in the college football playoff. One game for all the marbles in Dallas, Texas. So stay tuned for that in the next episode.